Let's take a little closer look at the user interface on the iPhone 4 and HTC Desire. Again, the iPhone 4 runs Apple's iOS 4.1, which means you're going to get 11 different panels that you can customize with up to 16 shortcuts per panel. Those shortcuts can be application shortcuts, bookmarks, or folders. On the HTC Desire, it's going to run it runs Android 2.2 Froyo with HTC Sense UI overlay. And what that means is you're going to get 7 different panels that you can customize with up to 16 different shortcuts per panel. Those shortcuts consist of widgets, application shortcuts, bookmarks, folders, or contact information. A widget is simply an application shortcut that provides information without having to open up the application. Very simply, we've got the clock here. If I tap on it, it takes me to the clock application. If I tap on the weather, it takes me to the weather application, but it gives me information without having to open them up. Also on the HTC Desire, down in the lower left-hand corner, you have your main menu, which you can see here. Both of them have home keys that do more than just go back to the home screen. On the iPhone, pushing it once from the home screen will open up the search application. Pushing it twice will open up the task manager. Holding it down will open up the voice control application. On the Desire, pushing from the home screen, pushing the home key once will open up the 7-panel shortcut overview. Holding it down momentarily will open up the task manager as well. Both of the phones multitask. Take a look at the task managers, what I just had up a second ago. Down here at the bottom are the different applications that are currently running in the background on the iPhone 4. Simply tapping on any one of those will take you directly to it. On the Desire, it's only going to show you the last 8 applications you had running, but again, tapping on any one will take you directly to it. There is also a menu key down here at the bottom on the Desire. From the home screen, it gives you access to settings, adding a widget, different scenes, your notification bar, your main menu, as well as changing wallpaper. Within different applications, let's start with text messaging first. And so everything looks the same. With a text message, pushing down the menu key, it allows me to access all messages, throw in some quick text, start something new, add an attachment. The attachment can be a picture, a video, audio, application recommendation, location, contact vCard, appointment, or slideshow. On the iPhone 4, you've got a little camera here. Pushing on that, it allows you to take a photo or video and attach it, or choose from the gallery to add an existing video. Also under the menu key, under More, you can add a subject line, or you can insert a smiley as well. In email, and I continue to get email. Alright, under email, main menu key, you can refresh, compose, switch accounts, go to labels, search. Under More, you've got your email settings, which you can see here. One thing I will say, you cannot get a combined inbox on an Android OS phone. You can see here on my account that I've got on the iPhone 4 currently, it is both my personal and business email, which is pretty slick. And if you want to get to settings for email, tap down here to email and you can see the different accounts. You can add a new account, fetch new data, and the rest of the information as far as email. Alright, let's take a look at the web. And again, if we go to menu key here, it's very similar to what you see on the iPhone 4. We've got back and forward keys. We've got add a bookmark. We've got our bookmarks, change windows. Then we go to More. We go to the home page, find on page, text selection, page info, share page, downloads history. Then we go into settings, and these are the different settings that are available for the web browser. On the iPhone 4, again, we can go into settings, and we can go to Safari. And these are the settings that are available for the Safari browser. Alright, let's take a look at one more. Let's go to the camera settings real quick. On the iPhone 4, I've got to tilt this up so you can see it. You can turn the flash on and off. You can turn HDR on and off. The other option is to change from the rear-facing camera to the front-facing camera. Obviously, you can't do that on the Desire. It's only got one camera. Settings on the Desire for photos. These are the different settings that are available. And again, I'm not going to walk through all of them. It'll take us forever. Then you've got effects that are available. Then you've got a contrast, saturation, and sharpness control. Then you have a specific brightness control. and of course you have your flash and zoom controls as well. Also, both of the phones offer different types of voice command. What time is it?
The time is 3:05 p.m.
Alright, so the voice command or voice control on the iPhone 4 will tell you the time, it will dial the phone or call a contact, and it will also control the iPod. In other words, you can ask it to play an album, you can go to next song, previous song. It basically controls the iPod. So that's what the voice application does on the iPhone 4. On the HTC Desire, you have a voice search. Search the web. So there we go, it's searching the web. And that's simply by holding down the search key. Also has speech to text. So when you're putting in a text message, call John on Tuesday. And you can see it added that. And that works pretty much in any application on the phone that where you're adding text. You can use the speech to text. And then finally the last thing it does is it navigates. Navigate to Starbucks. And we'll open Google Maps, and it will give us voice turn-by-turn navigation to Starbucks. So that's a look at the user.
Then turn left at La Venta Road.
It's a little quicker than I thought. So there's a look at the user interface on the iPhone 4 and HTC Desire. Let's take a look at the photo and video quality on both of these. Again, they both offer 5 megapixel cameras. They both have autofocus, LED flash, geotagging. They both shoot 720p. Video at 30 frames per second. They both have video lights. I've got the displays turned up as bright as they will go on both of them. And we're looking at the usual pictures that I normally take. And on top we've got the iPhone 4, so we'll zoom in a little bit on that and do the same thing here on the HTC Desire. See if I get them about the same size. Give you a good idea of how they look. That's our long shot. And I'm going to post these with the review I post on Smartphone Envy so you can take a closer look at them as well. So our no parking sign. Zoom in. Our floral shot. About the same size for you. And then there should be, here's an indoor picture. And the iPhone 4 doesn't want to cooperate as far as getting it to turn the way I want it. But that kind of gives you an idea. Zoom in a little bit on the detail. And then let's take a look at a video. Start with the iPhone 4. There we go, that's the iPhone 4, and this is the HTC Desire. As far as playback on the two phones, the playback of the video on the Desire is not near as smooth as the iPhone 4. And I think you're seeing that. Watch the gentleman walk across the street. I think it's a little herky-jerky as he does it. Yeah, it freezes right there for a second. So as far as smoothness of the playback, the iPhone 4 was definitely better. Again, I'm going to post the photos on the web with the written review between these two phones. And again, the photos can be misleading when looking at them on the phones depending on the type of display you're using. So those will be posted there as well. So anyway, there's a look at still photos and video on these two.